The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
This is Mick Shots.
Streaming live on DallasCowboys.com and the official Dallas Cowboys app.
Now, here are Bill Jones, Everson Walls, and Mickey Spagnola.
And it is a fabulous Football Friday edition of Mick Shots. Bill Jones alongside Mickey Spagnola inside the SWBC podcast studio at Ford Center here, the Star in Frisco. And Everson Walls joins us from a remote location. How are you, Everson?
Doing fine, sir. It's so good to be invited to this show. Spags is very spicy today.
He is.
So we want to make sure we do it right.
Yeah, he is. And you know why he's spicy today is because he's on pins and needles because his baseball team is playing Game 2 of a division series right now in Houston. So we may not have his full attention for the next 45 minutes.
You want a quick
Come
story?
on, Spags. Pay attention,
Quick
buddy.
story here.
I knew we were going to get a quick story.
Last time
it may not be that quick.
Last time the White Sox were in Houston for
They won it all.
Playoff game, I was there to watch them clinch the 2005 World Series.
It was 2005. Wow.
2005.
16 years ago. Wow.
I was just a youngster then.
Yeah, you were like 2 inches shorter then.
Oh, no, taller.
Taller, yeah.
Taller.
All right, so here it is, a Friday before the Giants are here at 3:25 on Sunday afternoon, and it's a virtual Friday, right? Is that what we call it here?
Might as well, because there's no practice. It's the
practice.
mock game day.
It's a virtual media availability.
Right, for the players.
For the players today. So that's why I'm going to start calling it a virtual Friday.
Virtual Friday.
Yeah.
I think that might be the title
So
of our show.
They don't practice at all?
No, they have a extended walkthrough today, and then they practice tomorrow.
It's the new school way of preparing for games.
Wow. That is so nice. Just get a little stretch in, a little massage, right?
And then they build up to game day.
And then they build up to game day. So you get a regeneration day after padded practice on Thursday, a little bit of rest, and then on Friday. And then Saturday, you start looking towards the game instead of being off for
and you get
48 hours.
A workout with more bounce in your step.
That's
and
right.
You build up to 3:25 on Sunday afternoon, right?
Absolutely. I think
Let's be real, guys. If they would have done that back in the day, we would have taken that extra time and went out to a club. We were going to have a party. You know what I mean?
Well,
we would not have used it to rest.
Right.
We probably did on Friday anyway because you knew Saturday you were off.
That's right.
Yeah, so that may be the real reason behind doing it that way. Okay, guys that go out on Thursday night rather than Friday night, and so it's
more time to recover.
It's
right?
more time to recover from Thursday to Sunday rather than Friday to Sunday.
Who recovered? That was not part of our deal. We
Yeah.
never recovered. That wasn't a part of the deal.
I hear you. All right, Mickey, so tell us what's going on injury-wise with this team.
Well, nothing changed. Obviously today will be an estimation, but they'll probably put who's going to play and who's not. They might list a guy or two questionable, but I think everybody's good to go. The only guys that didn't practice were the guys we knew weren't going to practice, Dorrance Armstrong and Donovan Wilson. They're listing Amari Cooper and Zeke limited, but they had the pads on yesterday, so it sounded like, as Mike McCarthy said in his press conference today, that they got through practice just fine, and he expects them to be good to go. The other guys that were limited also practiced. Randy Gregory was out there, had the pads on. So did Carlos Watkins, so they probably will see him. Ty Nsekhe, limited. But if he's in uniform, it'll be in a backup role. So, yeah, from an injury standpoint, they're good. The Giants still on Thursday, and that was a full practice on Thursday for them. Are still without Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton, their other wide receiver. So, and Jabril Peppers.
I was just looking up his stats.
And Jabril Peppers did not practice either. So they had 3 starters not practicing on Thursday. We'll see what happens today.
Has anyone ever thought about the potential matchup between Michael Parsons and Saquon Barkley?
Oh, I love that
That's gonna be
matchup.
pretty exciting.
Yeah, I love that
man,
matchup.
that's gonna be pretty exciting.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, we spent so much time this week talking about the release of Jalen Smith, so let's dive in right there. Of course, Saquon Barkley only played in 2 games last year, tore his ACL, and he's been building up snaps this year, and had last week had his best game. In fact, scored on a 54-yard touchdown pass late in the game as the Giants won in overtime over the Saints, and they forgot to cover him out. He flanked out.
That helps, huh? That helps even if you got a bad ACL.
That's right. He also had a long play on a screen pass, so his ability to catch the football out of the backfield as well as run with it, he's now full go after coming off that ACL, and so now, you know, Parsons Everson coming off of his he had a full plate last week with 68 snaps, primarily at linebacker, and so here we go, Parsons versus Barkley. I love it. Penn State versus Penn State.
I have a feeling they're going to keep this matchup going. I really don't see Parsons lining up on the line of scrimmage. I see him staying at the linebacker position more so this game. I truly believe that, especially if the Giants keep it close to where the Cowboys don't really get in position to where offense is taking off the opposing offense. Giants, they're going to have to pass the ball, so let's put Parsons on the defensive line. I don't really see the Giants looking at that as the optimum position to be in. I think they're going to try and keep the game close. They're going to try and keep the ball out of our offense's hands. So, therefore, they're going to run the ball as much as possible. And as they run that ball, that's going to be where the matchup begins. That's where you're going to see Parsons and Barkley going at it. 2 Penn State guys, right?
Yep, that's right.
Come on, man. We talk about Alabama, but this is something that's pretty cool. 2 Penn State guys going at it. And I'm talking about 2 of the best to ever go through Penn State, and that's saying a lot.
All right, I hate to bust your bubbles here, but let's not forget Leighton Vander Esch playing. I mean, he's going to end up getting the Jalen Smith snaps, so I bet Leighton Vander Esch gets about 50 snaps. And then when they're in nickel, in pass coverage, wouldn't you put Keanu Neal on Barkley and not Parsons? Because that's why he's playing.
Man.
I hate to bust your bubble, all right?
Parsons. Come on, man. I would love to see them go one-on-one every time, every play. We know the matchup is coming. When they come out of the huddle, I want both of them eyes to be looking at each other.
And in the run game, I'm good with that. In pass coverage, I don't know if I want Parsons in too much pass coverage. I would rather
Parsons
Keanu
is not going to appreciate your lack of confidence in
support.
Him. Yes,
yeah.
That's right. That's right.
We ain't here doing movie scripts,
But you got to love that.
I'm sorry.
The Nittany Lions matched up against each other.
Nittany Lion against a Nittany Lion, right?
And Parsons needs to play linebacker like another Nittany Lion. That would be Sean Lee. And when you think about, but really seriously, think about Sean Lee against division rivals, okay? He always played so well against Philadelphia. I remember games in particular where Sean Lee, he had LaShawn McCoy's number, where LaShawn McCoy could do nothing against the Cowboys because Sean Lee was everywhere LaShawn McCoy went. And so...
You know who else has played?
It just lets you know that when you study, it takes a lot of pressure
That's
off
my
of you
point.
Physically.
Exactly.
You just have to anticipate where they're going to be. When it came to Sean Lee studying, he was in the backfield. He knew where they were going. Mm-hmm. He knew where they were going. It's just a matter of him getting past the interference, getting past the lead blocker, getting past the offensive lineman.
And I remember
And
against
then
the Giants, there was one game in particular, he was moving faster to where the ball was going than the running back was for the Giants. And it wasn't a coincidence that it was against these division rivals. He knew because he spent the entire offseason studying what they do offensively, too.
And you know who's been in Parsons' ear, by the way?
A Penn State Nittany Lion?
Sean Lee.
There you go.
And DeMarcus Ware.
That's right, but that doesn't have a Penn
nice.
State.
That doesn't go with your storylines here. It's like we got movie scripts going on today.
But you look at the linebacker rotation, and I think it really shows why the move was made earlier this week. They've got to get Van Der Esch on the field more, and
Yes.
Keanu Neal coming back too in the nickel situation.
And as Jerry Jones said today on his radio segment, this would getting rid of Jalen Smith. It didn't improve the team, but remember Mike McCarthy's big picture. They were thinking more down the road. They were thinking next year. And so, it became more of a financial thing in the future, not
That's
something
all it was.
right
It was a
now.
financial
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely. And when he balked at it, it was like, okay, well, we can't deal with this. So that's what it came down to. And I see where the Packers signed him to a 1-year deal. I think it was $770,000.
I mean, and that's all it needed to be.
Minimum, right? And I think he gets number 9 too. So I guess nobody maybe with the Packers had 9.
I guess not.
So does that count for when he was trying to get his jerseys to number 9, he had to pay to change because of his former number was
$500,000 down the drain.
Yeah. That's probably the biggest financial hit he's taken.
That's the biggest hit I could come up with. And also, it's a tough deal when you have to go from Dallas to freaking Wisconsin. Come on, guys. That's bad enough right there.
In one day.
Okay, so fill us in on how that works as far as Jalen Smith's contract. How much money Jalen Smith is seeing. He's still getting the
7.2,
which is the Cowboys, and so the amount of money the Packers are paying, it just comes off what the Cowboys owe him.
No,
he gets
there's
additional.
no offset.
That's okay.
He's double dipping.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you ever double dip their walls?
No, sir. I never had that opportunity. Sorry. When you're dealing with small contracts like mine, we don't really have to worry about it.
So, in other words, this is the best thing that could have happened for Jalen Smith. He's got an opportunity to double dip. He's making more money this way than had he stayed a Dallas Cowboy.
Yeah, but I bet he doesn't get a moving bonus.
You don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't. You're right. I do not.
Wisconsin.
It's Wisconsin. What do you got against Wisconsin other than the winners?
Hey, man. Yeah, just the winners, yeah. Like, what do you have against guns other than the bullets? Yeah, that's the same thing.
Chris Beam did point out that he's not getting the $9.2 million he would have made next year if he was on the roster on the 5th day of the season.
Do you think anybody else would give him that $9.2 million?
I'm thinking he wasn't getting that anyway.
Yeah.
And so whether he was released now or not. So
thus the restructure that they proposed.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Right. Yeah. And now, actually, you also think about it from Jalen's perspective. If he wasn't going to get playing time here, then it puts him in a better marketing position to sign with whoever it might be next year by getting snaps with the Packers.
And proving that he deserves it.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Right. So
because the thing here was kind of going downhill.
Right. And so actually, it's the best thing that could have happened for Jalen Smith.
So they did him a favor.
Mm-hmm. It's just...
I love hearing myself back in my ear with Everson's delay.
Yeah, well, it sounded silly first time and second time. Yeah.
You're lucky you're far away right now.
All right. What Mickey wants to get into on today's show is the anniversary of what happened October 11th of last year as the New York Giants come into town. And so, Mickey, you teased it yesterday. This is what you wanted to talk about today. So when we come back on Mick Shots, here's Mickey Spagnola talking about the return of the Giants to face Dak Prescott and the Cowboys.
Honey, big news.
Gary, are you okay?
Oh, I'm not Gary anymore. I'm Jackie Flash.
What?
See, I want the latest smartphone, but the best deals are only for new customers. So, to get a new customer deal, I changed my name to Jackie Flash.
Okay, but the best smartphone deals at AT&T are for everyone, new and existing customers.
That's huge. Then guess who's getting a deal?
Is it Jackie Flash?
Jackie Flash.
It's not complicated. At AT&T, our best smartphone deals are for everyone. Restrictions apply. Visit att.com for details.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way. Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to Mick Shots.
Head to AT&T Stadium on Saturday to experience Rally Day presented by SeatGeek. Take a tour of the stadium, play games, get autographs from the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, Mickey Spagnola, and more. Visit attstadium.com/Rally Days for tickets and more information. Are you going to be at Rally Days?
No, I'm going to be
okay.
at
You won't get Mickey's autograph there then.
Well, you can get my autograph at the Star Sports Tours event at 1:15 to 2 o'clock. Myself and Everson Walls make an appearance.
1:15 to 2 o'clock. And then where is that?
It is at the
Frisco
Hall.
Oh, yeah.
You know where that is?
No.
Okay. Neither do I. I'm going to have to look it up.
And you just hope there's big screens there where you can watch football, right?
Oh, that's right.
That's going to be
Texas?
That's going to be like the second half of the game tomorrow. So you won't find me there.
Yeah.
Mickey is pondering it now.
It's only 30 minutes.
That's right.
It's only the most important 30 minutes of the game.
You know what?
That's it.
Cubby, I've got my TV. We will be able to tune it in if we need to.
There you
That's
go.
right.
There you go. And by the way,
I have it on my phone. I'll have it on my phone as it were there.
All right. We have an update from Houston and what's happening with your White Sox right now.
The left fielder just slid into the wall trying to catch a foul ball, and they're checking to see if he can still walk. It's 1-0 White Sox.
White Sox lead it, though, 1-0. All right. There's your baseball update. And Cowboys and Giants, 3:25 on Sunday afternoon. And do you think – go ahead, Mickey.
I was going to propose this question to you guys.
Okay.
Do you think the schedule makers –
That's exactly where I was going. I was going to ask
really?
the exact same question. Everson, do you think the schedule maker had it on his mind when he put down Giants at Dallas the 5th week of the season that it was the anniversary of when the Giants came here last year and Dak got hurt?
If they did, that is extremely cruel.
It is.
Okay, let's just call it what it is. You shouldn't even do that. It wasn't like it was something that you want to celebrate.
Right.
It's not something that you want to have an anniversary to mark down. I mean, when it comes to revenge or something like that, yes. When it comes to payback, but you don't want to think of this, this is the anniversary of that gruesome injury, taken on by Dak Prescott, and then we're going to do a follow-up on the young man that actually made the tackle and see how he's doing these days. How's your mental makeup, sir? I'm still traumatized. Here it is a year later. I mean, come on, man. There's nothing to really celebrate.
He's a
is
producer.
The guy still on the team, by the way?
He's a producer still.
It's what?
Is the guy still on the team?
Yeah, Logan Ryan.
Logan Ryan.
Yep. Good player, starting safety. So, Mickey, what do you want to say about it?
Yeah, you know what? I agree with Everson. I don't think this was happenstance. Although maybe they looked at it as we're going to celebrate the return, right? That
I think
they were counting on.
Doggone well, when they put something on TV like that, they cannot wait. They're going to hope someone gets hurt again.
No.
Yes, that's what happened.
No.
Let me tell you something. Not the same vein, but I recall going back to San Francisco when I was with the Giants. And it was another championship game, so they couldn't wait. Here we go, another championship game. So I give up a pass to John Taylor, like 70-something yard touchdown in that game. Doggone well, they had it queued up.
The catch.
For bruh. I mean, they couldn't wait to put that up there. So, yes, they are cruel in their production booth. They are cruel, cruel people.
Well, I guess, probably by May, they probably would have they probably didn't have a good indication when the schedule came out that he was fully healthy and ready to go, by the way, at that time, because he hadn't taken part in any of the Cowboys' off-season stuff, really, other than kind of throwing on the side. So, but yes, one day almost from the exact day it happened.
Is it 364 or 365?
It's 365.
We never did come up with that, yes.
And let me explain how this works. Let me explain how this works. If the first day of the year is January 1st, the last day of the year is not January 1st the next year, right? It's December 31st. So this happened on the 10th. 365 is it happened on the 11th, so this is the 10th. This is 365 days later of the day it actually happened.
Spags. Very good.
Yes.
So I just thought I'd bring some logic to
300.
this.
Don't let Bill confuse you. Don't let Bill confuse you.
But there's 364 days in between the 2 days.
Oh, okay. All right.
So which makes it 364 days later.
So anyway, if they were doing this, then they probably also knew that since Dak's rookie year, when he lost twice to the Giants, including his NFL opener that year, by 1 point maybe, was it 36-35? Or you got the book right there. And then he lost the rematch. He has not lost another game to the Giants that he started. 7 straight victories over the Giants. So maybe they were thinking, well, Dak, this is a pushover for Dak. He always beats the Giants.
So
2016.
36-35?
That's what I guessed. What is it?
20-19.
Oh, okay.
Close.
There was another game that was 36-35 somewhere along the line.
So, and then they lost to the Giants at New York 10-7 in 2016. So 2 losses that year.
By 4 points, right?
There you go.
And then he's beaten them 7 straight times.
Okay.
And we're giving him the victory the last game he played because he started it, by the way.
Yeah, so it goes on his record.
Right.
That's right.
Even though it was Andy Dalton who finished it.
The relief guy never gets a victory. You know?
So Dalton doesn't get credit for that one.
And you know what? He's been pretty good.
They don't have a stat like that for
relief pitchers. Yeah,
that's right, like baseball does.
And he's been pretty good about it. You know, he I think after the game this past Sunday didn't really want to talk about it, but He talked about it extensively yesterday, talking about, but he kept making it not to remember what happened, but to recall the work he put in to get to this point where he feels like his goal was not only to come back, but to come back as a better player, and he feels like he has done that. When he got hurt last year, he had thrown 9 touchdown passes. I think it was 4 interceptions in those first 5 games. This year, it's 10 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions in 4 games. And so, as I pointed out yesterday, his quarterback rating is 116.3, I believe, and 116.9. He's 4th. So he is playing at a very, very high level, and I think that's what he's most thankful for, the fact that the work he put in is really, really paid off. I think the other thing that he pointed out, and everybody was like, well, have you put restrictions on yourself running the football? And he says, no. He said, what I've done, though, is I'm smarter. I'll get the yards that I need to get and then either get out of bounds or get down, just trying to be smart about things on how I finish the run instead of trying to bull my way in there for an extra yard or 2. So from that standpoint, that's the only thing, and that's the only thing the Cowboys have done too. They haven't said, no, we're not going to let you run the ball anymore. And you saw them call
I think it's very interesting how the Cowboys and Dak, they have noted, and especially Dak, he's noted how he used that opportunity. He used that injury as an opportunity. And everyone always looks at him kind of side-eyed in regards to why he took that approach and how could he take that approach. After he said after all the tears, after he wiped away all the tears, and after he had a moment to himself, he always talked about the commitment he was going to make. At that point, he committed to being a better person the minute he dried his eyes. And that's a huge compliment on his part. And you talked about being smarter when he's trying to run the ball. When he first came into the league, he was still thinking Mississippi State versus Alabama. How he was running all over those guys and breaking tackles and things of that nature. And that kind of wears on you as a quarterback. He was huge then when he came into the league. I think he's lost, I'd say, around 20 to 25 pounds since he's come into the league, and it made him a little leaner. But it took away his strength as well, but that's good because it allowed him to have a better throwing motion, number one, and it also made him realize after the injury as well that there are times when you need to be smart and just go down. Don't try to, on that injury, he was definitely trying to break a tackle on a guy who was much lighter than he was. And so he thought he could break that tackle. Now he's going to think differently. And that's not just good for himself, but it's good for his longevity, which is good for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, and if you remember, he gained on the play like 7 or 8 yards. 6 was good. 7 was good. He didn't need to get to the first down, but in his mind, he was going for the first down marker. And then he talked about, what he was doing, and he said he looks back at it and he goes, it's not funny, but it was like, what in the world was I doing trying to straighten out my own foot, right? And the other thing,
that's just a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah,
you want to do that.
And then the other thing I think that's happened with his comeback, especially in the offseason when he was here every day working, I think it ended up being an inspiration to this team, to the other teammates, to see him working that hard. La'el Collins talked about it. How he was kind of on the same schedule Dak was, rehabbing from his hip surgery, and he said, when I saw him running like that, it motivated me to try to keep up with him, to see him what he went through to work that hard, that I had to do the same thing. And other guys have said the same thing, how it's inspired them to play harder. And you know what? When you're the leader, that's part of your job, and that's part of the contract too. The contract's not all about numbers and all about wins. It's about, are you the team leader? And Jerry Jones told the story again this morning about when they were looking at Dak Prescott and wondering, what kind of quarterback do you want? He said he talked to Roger Staubach, and he said, do I want a guy that can get out of the pocket and make plays with his feet, or do I want a guy that's going to stand there and be able to throw the ball? And he said, Roger said, I'm not. I'm not qualified on the running part or the throwing part, but all I can tell you is make sure whoever you pick to be your quarterback, the guys on the team will follow. And I think that's what they ended up with.
No doubt about that.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to ask Roger Staubach, do you pass or do you run?
Yeah.
This is Roger the Dodger we're talking about. I'm surprised he said, yeah, out of the pocket. With your feet, yes, that's the one you want.
One other note on Dak, what you mentioned about losing weight. I remember talking. I can't remember what year this was. It was 3 or 4 years ago. Might have been after his first year, and he talked about the fact that he's always had to watch his weight, and I can't remember his first year or his second year. He said between the end of the season and February 1st, he put on like 20 pounds, and because he wasn't working. And so now he learned that about his body. You're talking about going back to his college days where he's a heavy or whatever. He's learned that it's a year-round thing for him to stay in shape, because it's you don't want to end the season and then let it go for a month, because you have to work that much harder to lose the weight and so forth. So that's something that he's learned as he has started his NFL career. That's right.
And Everson probably can vouch for this. And in the off season, don't go back to Louisiana, right?
There you
Oh, nothing but carbs waiting on you
That's
on the
right.
other side of Louisiana State line,
Absolutely.
brother.
That's right.
I don't think there's greenery anywhere in the state. No roughage can be found.
They should put a sign up, where the speed limit is. It's a carb limit, okay?
Okay, would you like
cholesterol level going up?
Yeah.
Would you like to hear who's not playing for the New York Giants on Sunday, now or after the break?
Well, let's do it after the break.
After the break, the Giants injury report when we come back.
At Smoothie King, we are blending goodness to fuel your greatness. Every blend is crafted to help you achieve your health and fitness goals. Smoothie King uses only whole fruits and organic veggies. You'll never find sugary syrups or artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. And unlike some other smoothie places, there are 0 grams of added sugar in many of our blends. Smoothie King is proud to be the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys. Place your order in the app or online for pickup or delivery. Smoothie King, rule the day.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way.
Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Hi, I'm Clint Tillison with United Ag and Turf. Before you can park yourself in front of the game, park yourself in a John Deere and power through your chores. Our Land Run package is a 1025R, 25 horsepower tractor with a loader, rotary cutter, and a box blade for $229 a month. And the price you see is the price you'll pay, no surprises. So don't miss another kickoff.
Visit UnitedAgAndTurf.com. Offer ends February 1st, 2021. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Now let's get to work.
Back to Mick Shots.
Check out the new Miller Lighthouse located outside of AT&T Stadium, where Dallas Cowboys game day traditions are born. Enjoy yard games, Dallas Cowboy cheerleader performances, beer gardens, and more. Game ticket required, though. For more information, visit attstadium.com/Miller Lighthouse. got to have a ticket.
You do have to have a ticket to get inside the Miller Lighthouse.
That almost tripped me up. Game ticket required.
All right. Third straight home game for the Cowboys, taking on a New York Giants team that comes in at 1-3. So who will the Giants be missing on Sunday? Well, we've got their injury report, and as Mickey mentioned earlier, the Cowboy injury report will not change from yesterday because the team is not having a full workout today. All right, so here we go. Out for the Giants. Wide receiver Darius Slayton, wide receiver Sterling Shepard, and safety Jabril Peppers all ruled out, and also backup offensive lineman Ben Bredeson. So no Shepard and no Slayton for the second straight week for the Giants.
So the Cowboys, really, their only decisions now are, who they might elevate off the practice squad to the 50 or 40. They can have 48-man roster. And they only have 52 of the 53 spots on their 53-man roster. So if they elevate two guys, then they only have to cut 5 players instead of 7, I think. Is that right? Or did my math right? They got 52, and they got to get to 46. I guess that's 6 guys. Yeah, they have to be inactive.
I don't think they have to cut anybody.
No. I meant cut them from the game day roster. Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to shed any light on what's going on with Lyle Collins?
Oh, I got a headache on that. Here's what I the appeals being, my understanding is
right now
the appeal.
And here, I'll just say this: follow Daniel Wallach.
Yes.
At Wallach Legal, he is tweeting about it right now. I can tell you this much: the NFL's because the hearing's going on right now in Sherman. The NFL's opposition brief is now unsealed. He's got the details on it all right there. And so just go look at Wallach Legal on Twitter, and you can learn all you need to know about what's going on with it.
Did you read what I sent you?
I did, yes.
They clear things up or give you a bigger headache?
Bigger headache.
Yeah. See, the argument...
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Did he bribe anybody, or is that on the table? Is that what we're talking about here, or are we strictly narrowing it down to the test procedure, missing test procedure, or whatever?
Yeah, and it's all very vague, right, in this bribery thing. I mean, what did he do? Not show up for a test and then call the guy and say, hey, for $1,000, write down that I took a test. Well, where's the results?
It didn't work.
It did, yeah,
and
I don't know. And I think I read somewhere where his contention was it was a joke or something, and I guess whoever. But here's where the argument is. When the NFL presented their case to the arbitrator, they basically said he got 5 games because he had already been suspended 4 games. And the arbitrator took that as this is a second offense, meaning the second suspension, when he was never suspended 4 games. He's never missed 4 games for a suspension. And so I think there was some confusion there by the arbitrator on what that meant. And so this is what they're trying to argue here. And initially it was 2 games he could have taken it, and then when he didn't, they said, okay, well, the arbitrator is going to have 5. But this appeal has been going on. It's been an ongoing thing. And one of the things, and I still contend this with the NFL, they leak stuff to make them sound better. I know, Everson, you probably have a hard time believing that, but...
yeah. And the good old NFL, no way.
I mean, if you think about it, when all this testing began and the policy began, it was all supposed to be top secret, right? The team wouldn't know anything until the suspension came down. Nothing comes out of the league office, and all of a sudden, things would leak out of the league office about people's suspension. So it'll be interesting because the judge that's hearing it was the judge that sided in the favor of Ezekiel Elliott in 2017 on his suspension that got overturned when it went to New York.
Okay, time to make our picks. We got 6 minutes left in the show.
That's just what I was writing down, Bill.
Did we clear all that up?
We cleared it up. Go follow Daniel Wallach on Twitter.
Please.
Bottom line is, even if there's a favorable ruling for Lyle Collins today, what are the chances that he would play on Sunday?
Yeah, Mike McCarthy sounded pretty doubtful that he would be able to play, although he's been able to get back in the building this week. So he's been able to, they can see what kind of condition he's in. But without having any reps, even Jerry pointed it out, you need those reps. So I would think.
So is his spot why they have 52 on the 53 rather?
No, because he didn't count.
Right.
But if he comes back, then they don't have to cut anybody.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That they left that vacant.
They had. Well, I don't know if they did it on purpose or that just they didn't want to bring anybody else on.
Okay.
Because you can still bring guys up off the practice squad.
Right.
And last week they brought up defensive tackle Hamilton.
Right.
And they also, from a COVID bring up, I think Ralston was that. So
Sprinkle.
And Sprinkle, thank you, Chris. Where were we going before?
We're going picks.
Picks.
We're picking. Everson's ready. He's ready.
Oh, no, you had asked me if he would play. It sounded more like he would play next week if everything was
New
good.
England next week.
And the fact that, but from as I pointed out yesterday, from his side of the story, he's trying to get 2 game checks back. Instead of losing 5, he loses 3.
Okay, Everson, tell me about this game. First off, do you get more excited when the Cowboys play the Giants because you played for both teams?
No, I do not, sir.
Okay, all right.
I have no affiliation towards the Giants anymore. I tell people all the time, I love the Giants in 1991, 1990. I don't like the Giants now, and I never did even before that. So let's just put that in a bubble, throw it out, and let's deal with the Dallas Cowboys right now.
Let's bury that.
All right, I'm sorry I brought it up.
Yeah, please. They killed me with that. I'm not a Giants fan at all. So here's what I'm looking at. For some reason, when I see this pick to click, I'm thinking Clint Eastwood. The music. Everybody looking at each other. You know what I'm saying? You're coming out of the huddle. So you know where I'm going with this, guys. It's going to be Michael Parsons. Parsons is going to be the guy. He's going to make. He's already made serious impact in every game, but he's going to make this one at the linebacker position. He's going to be working with Van Der Esch. They're going to be making plays in the middle the way we all wanted Jalen Smith to do. We're going to see how it's going to be done correctly. He is my player pick to click. I'm looking at the score being 31-21, Cowboys winning handily. I think the Giants might score a last-minute touchdown just to try to keep a respectable score. But 31-21 is going to be the outcome.
31-21. All right, Mickey, what are you thinking?
Oh, and Jason Garrett too. Don't forget Jason Garrett too. I got to put him in there too, just for the fact that he's coming back home. His game plan won't work.
Okay, so he will be the pick not to click or okay.
Not to click.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, you got them scoring 21 points.
Yeah,
they did something right.
Yeah, really 14. The 21 is just,
Oh, it's a blow-off touchdown at the end? Okay.
Yeah, it's a blow-off touchdown, yeah.
All right, since the Cowboys have been averaging 31.5 points a game, I have complete trust in this offense that they will continue at this pace. I still have some concerns about the defense, especially the big plays they continue to give up at an alarming rate. But I think with this, somewhat this offense controls what the other team tries to do offensively because they know they got to score. And I think they take chances maybe that they wouldn't take if they were playing a team that was averaging 21 points a game. So, having said that, I will take the Cowboys 32-20.
32.
You had 31-21. You had 31-21. Now you just changed it up.
No, I had 32.
You just don't want to be a copycat. 32?
You see
32.
How the hell do you
see
get
that?
32?
You see that? It says 32.
32. I'm looking back through the archives.
Okay.
How many times have the Cowboys scored 32
Tell me
points
this.
in their
How did they score?
61-year history of
How did they score
team.
36 last week? How did they end up with 36?
That's a little bit easier than 32, man.
All it takes is going for 2 a couple of times.
No, this time when they fumble the ball in the end zone, they're going to recover it for a safety.
There you go.
Okay. That would be a touchback.
So, I mean, no, the Cowboys are going to recover it. It's a safety.
When the other team.
No, when the Cowboys.
I got you.
See,
I got you.
Quit trying to make jokes and listen.
So 32 to 20?
32-20.
32 to 20, and your pick to click was?
He had 31-21.
Is CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
It's going to be a breakout game for the Cowboy wide receiver.
Okay.
Because they're going to be concerned with Amari Cooper. They're going to be concerned with Ezekiel Elliott, and they're going to show their versatility once again.
All right. I'm going to go with the Cowboys winning. Let's see. The Giants come in at 1-3. The Cowboys at 3-1. 31-13. Cowboys win.
13?
Because the Cowboys are 3-1 coming in, and the Giants are 1-3. 31-13. And who's the focus going to be on Sunday?
Dak Prescott.
And Dak Prescott is your pick to click because the focus is going to be on Dak. And how many 300-yard games has he had here lately?
3
lately, I mean, because it's been the run game here.
Just the opener.
The opener, and so Dak is going off in this game. Okay, and actually, seriously, I think it's going to be harder to run against this Giants front than what it was last week. Even though Carolina came in with the quote-unquote #1 run defense in the league, they're pretty stout up front, and so it's going to be a harder challenge running the ball against the Giants. And so Dak's going to throw the ball for a whole bunch of yards, and
to prove Dak is back.
Yes, that's right.
Hey, I got one more thing.
Okay,
we have to chime in on this. Does Diggs get
his interception?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Does Diggs get another one? Somebody tell me. What do you think, guys? We got to put that in. As long as he's getting it, we got to put it in.
5 games in a row.
I don't know.
He'll tie.
Yeah. What do you think?
What's his first name? Don Bishop got 5 in the first 5 games in 61.
Is that what it was? Okay,
yeah, 5 and 5.
All right, then for sure he is. Is he aware of this?
Yeah, you're saying yes? You're saying yes?
Yes, he is.
Yes. Oh, is Diggs aware of it?
Aware, yeah.
Is Diggs
I don't know if he'll have to Google.
So
what do you think, Everson?
I don't think they'll be stupid enough to throw his way.
Okay.
They already got the wide receivers hurt. They really come. He's going to be playing against a few backups. I'm sure they'll have him travel with whoever they think the best receiver is at this point.
Well, it'll be Galladay.
It would be silly to throw his way. It
It'll
would
be
just
Galladay,
be silly.
but they're just going to take their lead receiver out of the game?
No, we're going to take their leading receiver.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. So I've got Diggs with a pick. Do you two have Diggs with a pick or not?
Sure, why not?
Okay. And Everson does not because he's not.
It'd be fun okay, just for fun. Just for fun, yes. Just for fun. Just for fun. If they're silly enough, then damn it,
if they're silly enough.
And Daniel Jones only has 1 pick this year, and
so
it was on a Hail Mary. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. All right, that does it for Mick Shots. Where are y'all going to be again tomorrow?
Frisco Hall.
Frisco Hall between 1:15 and 2 o'clock.
And I think people can still purchase tickets going to Star Sports.
Something.
Star Sports
Come on,
Tours,
Spags. You got the shirt.
StarSportsTours.com.
You're the guy. You're the face of Star Sports.
And I think you can buy them day of, and there'll be some players there autographing also.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Not
right.
just me and Everson.
Okay. All right.
No, we're not signing.
We'll take pictures.
There you go.
I'm going to be like Nate. I just take pictures.
There you go. All right. That does it for a fabulous Football Friday edition of Mick Shots. We'll see you again on Monday.
Go Cowboys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!